I can just say that it's other people out there that really care about you sometimes, you know? It ain't always that you have to give something in order to get something. I guess that's what they taught me, how to give and be grateful for what you get, you know?
Before I came to the Salvation Army, there were just a series of events that led up to a certain point, a breaking point in my life. And I'm currently on probation for my second DUI. And so I called my probation officer and just begged her to just throw me in jail so I could sober up. I'm just ready to give up at this point. I needed to just get away from the area I was in, and I thought jail was the solution. That was what my brain told me was, you know, the okay thing to do at the time. And my probation officer told me, well, maybe you need some help. It eventually came to be that I called the Salvation Army. I talked to an intake counselor. He told me when to be in. I came in, and the ball got rolling from there.
You know, I think there's a couple things that distinguish the Salvation Army from other nonprofits. I think one is the broad array of programs that we provide. We don't necessarily specialize in one thing, we specialize in a number of things. And in doing that, I think we can cater to the needs of anyone that walks in our door. I think the second thing that distinguishes us from other organizations is that we take the holistic approach to the individual when we're trying to address their needs. It's not just the Band-Aid type approach. We're looking to provide more of a self-sufficient approach to the individual that we can get them back on their feet and moving forward as a productive citizen.
If it wasn't for the Salvation Army, me and my family would be like in a financial bind, trying to get out of a desperate situation, to move forward, to do better, and just trying to find ways to pay bills and get little things that we need. You know what I'm saying? They actually help us do a lot of things. So they give us a lot of family structure and help us with family budgeting.
And that's what the Salvation Army is about. Right. It's about helping the whole family, helping them find a way that when they pull themselves up with help, they can stay out with that dignity.
I think the one major misconception about the Salvation Army is that we're only there during Christmas, that we only do Christmas support. The kettles and the thrift stores are what people are most familiar with the Salvation Army for, but we do so much more. We have our greatest presence during the holidays, but we're actually doing work and supporting people 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. The work doesn't stop at Christmas, it simply just starts at Christmas.
Well, I think for the most part, people don't know that we are a church, and they get amazed when we say we have congregations, although small congregations. But every Sunday at the Salvation Army Center, where people go for help during the week, we meet for worship. And most people don't know that. They just see what we do. They see the trucks that pick up the clothes, and they see us ringing bells at Christmas time and helping people at Christmas time, and they think that's all there is to it. And there's much, much more than that.
Being a part of the Salvation Army allows me to associate my company with one of the great brands in America. Everyone recognizes the Red Shield. Everyone recognizes the uniform. Everyone recognizes the kettles. And it just lets people know that Thompson-MacConnell Cadillac, by being associated with the Salvation Army, cares about our community. And as an investment, I can't think of a better investment. When I invest my time and my money in the Salvation Army, it's put to use, and I've seen it firsthand on the front lines how they do it, and it's just incredible.
It takes hard work, and then it takes the community behind the Salvation Army. We like to say it's the army behind the army. We can't do our work without people supporting us, writing checks, volunteering. So it takes all of us to do what the Salvation Army does.
The officers and the people of the Salvation Army, they are busy fulfilling their mission to their fellow man. As the advisory board, our job is to help them raise money and to support them in that mission.
They're very critical to the work of the Salvation Army. They tell us what the community needs, and then they interpret us to the community at large. And then we have all of our donors and just general supporters of the Salvation Army, and they really make it work. So it's really a team approach, the whole community.
I honestly feel that this organization has had a great impact on my life, both as a person and as a profession. It's strengthened my faith and it's strengthened my emotional and spiritual aspect as it relates to helping people out. I never would have thought that I'd be who I am. I wouldn't be who I am today without my experience with the Salvation Army.
Without the Salvation Army, I have no idea where I'd be in life. There are incidences where I've had several near-death experiences, and I know without a doubt, without the Salvation Army, I would either be dead or in some kind of institution or back in prison. There is no doubt in my mind I would be in one of those separate places. I just want to add my utmost gratitude for the effort that goes into it, and the care and the genuine care to get people off the streets and help them to rebuild their lives, and giving people chances when no one else would, when all other doors are shut. And that's where all that hopelessness and all those bitter feelings come from, is knowing that you have nowhere to turn. And for the Salvation Army to still have their doors open to guys like me, the Salvation Army is still there and still running and still growing.
Without our supporters, without our army behind the army, the Salvation Army would cease to function. It just couldn't work. I could work as hard as possible, but unless people come alongside of us and support us and not only appreciate, but help us do what we need to do. Write those checks, drop those quarters in the red kettle at Christmas time. That's what keeps us going, and we can't help people the same way we do unless people come alongside of us, unless you join the Army and you become a supporter, you volunteer, and you do what you can do. We might as well close our doors.